Any conspiracy with global reach does not attain that capability without some sort of plan. It must be organized, with its members fully aware of its objectives and how to reach them. The modern international secret combination, the radical left, does have a plan, which its members understand and have used for decades. We will call this their playbook. The playbook of the radical left, at least in the United States, is based upon the writings of Saul Alinsky, a community activist and political theorist. His most well-known political thesis is called Rules for Radicals, a pragmatic primer for realistic radicals. Alinsky's legacy is methodological. He identified rules and tactics for gaining power. Using a Machiavellian rationale, the ends justify the means. We know that both Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton are disciples of Alinsky and practice his tactics. Clinton knew Alinsky personally and wrote her college senior thesis on his theories. Obama spent his years as a community organizer in Chicago under the tutelage of Alinsky's disciples. Alinsky lived in Chicago and had a foundation based there. And since we are talking about the playbook used by prominent figures in a secret combination, we should note that Alinsky paid homage to Lucifer in his book, known both to Obama and Clinton. Alinsky's epigraph at the beginning of Rules for Radicals is as follows. While we do not know of any direct connection between the adversary and the members of the conspiracy of the radical left, we do know from Scripture that he is the father of all these conspiracies. While Alinsky developed rules and tactics for gaining power, the task for formulating an actual strategy fell to a husband-wife team of American sociologists and political activists Richard Cloward and Frances Fox Piven. Called the Cloward-Piven strategy, the two called for overloading the welfare system in order to precipitate a crisis. In such a crisis and the chaos that ensued, a system of guaranteed income could be installed. In other words, socialism would replace capitalism. Cloward and Piven developed 8 levels of control that must be reached before installing a socialist state. The first is most important. These levels of control have been used by the radical left to varying degrees for decades. The policies and platforms of the Democratic Party are transparent articulations of these levels, including introducing a single-payer healthcare system, increasing the welfare state, enacting gun control laws, raising taxes, increasing the debt ceiling through uncontrolled spending, controlling public education, removing religion from the culture, and class warfare. Once these controls have been obtained, then a crisis can be precipitated to achieve the actual transformation of the system into socialism. For any revolution to occur, there must be an overriding crisis that compels it. A revolution, by its very nature, is a radical change to the fundamental political, social, and economic order. Change of this magnitude can only take place if the existing order is perceived to have failed and conditions have deteriorated into crisis. This is true of all the major revolutions of modern times. Crisis, then, is a prerequisite for the transformation of political and economic institutions. This is the sum of the Alinsky and Cloward-Piven strategies. First, seize control of the key sectors of America's or any nation's governance and society, and then create or take advantage of a crisis of sufficient magnitude to facilitate the revolutionary transformation. For the global secret combination to overthrow the freedom of all nations, it must transform the political orders of all nations and their global interaction. The new order must be, as it has been named, a new world order. This requires a crisis of worldwide proportions.